going to show in detail how to separate the better bike levers and finish removing the tyre once they're inserted under the bead. The levers for sale are these grey ones, but for the demonstration I'll use these coloured test prints just because they're easier to see and will help to demonstrate more clearly what's going on. So as always, the starting point is to capture one bead and lift it using the levers together. From here on, it's important to keep some downward pressure on the tail of the levers to stop them from pinging off. And by separating the tails of the levers, you'll see that the holes line up. And that gives us a point to insert the pivot, which is an Allen key or anything else you might have with you of similar size. Could be a hair grip or anything else, but we sort of anticipate that most users will have an Allen key with them. With that in place, then by squeezing the tails of the levers together, you'll see that the tips easily separate. That's stage one. Pulling the tails further apart, we then get some clearance and insert the pivot again. Push the tails together again, and there's some more separation. And then finally, setting the Allen key aside, we just move the levers against each other, push once more, get a little bit more separation that way. And now we can hook one of the levers under a spoke, and we're ready for this pulling action to lift the longer section of the bead and remove the tyre. If it's hard from here, it's because you've got a lot of tension in the bead here, and there'll be some slack elsewhere around the rim. So you can move that slack into help you by just pushing the tyre so that the bead goes right down into the deepest part of the rim profile and bring some of that slack around closer to the point where you want it. So you can imagine you're sort of evening up the tension in the bead to make life easier. Do that a few times, maybe on the other side as well. Then we have a slacker portion of the bead here, and this pulling action that you need then just to get the bead off and go all the way around in order to change the tube is easier.